Hey guys, it's Apurbo. In our last video, we made our player jump. But there is a problem with the jumping system. Right now, as you can see, I can jump infinite times. While I'm on the air, I can jump. But we don't want that. We want our player only to be able to jump when the player is touching the ground. So in this video, we're gonna make this system. Let's start. So in order to do that, what we are going to do is we're going to make a invisible sphere or circle, in this case invisible circle around the bottom of the player, and the circle is going to check if the player is touching the platform, and if the player is touching the platform, then and only then the player will be able to jump. Otherwise the player won't be able to jump. So let's get started. At first, what I'm going to do is create an empty object and name it ground check. And I'm going to drag and drop the ground check object into the player. It's gonna make the ground check object a child of the player. Right now, it's hard to see an empty object. I mean, I can see there's a circle here, but it would be much better if there was an icon for that empty object. So what I'm going to do is select an icon. I already have a detailed video on this. I'm gonna link that up there and in the description. Go check it out. But after giving it an icon, I'm going to place the ground check object at the bottom of the player, so it stays where it's supposed to stay. Now, since we are going to check if the player is touching the ground, we need a system to check if the player is touching the platform. Right now, what we can do is use Unity's layer system. So if I select the platform, you will be able to see that there's option up here called layer, and it's set to default. So no matter what you create in the world, it's going to have a default layer, meaning everything is on this layer. There are also some predefined layers here, but what I'm going to do is click on add layer, and I'm going to go down and name a layer ground, and I'm again going to select the platform and change the layer to ground. So if I now if I duplicate this platform, it's gonna have the ground layer selected by default. So let's go back to Visual Studio. Right now what I need to do is reference the two objects. So what I'm going to do is type public, and this time I'm going to type transform because ground check object is a transform. So I'm going to type public transform, and I'm going to give it a name. In this case, I'm just going to call it ground check, and I'm also going to create a layer mask. So I'm going to type public layer mask and type, well, now I can type ground here, but I mean, it makes sense that like, what's ground? Ground is ground, but it would be much easier to understand what this means if I just type what is ground. Just you can call it ground, or you can call it what is ground. It's up to you. So I'm going to call it what is ground, and I'm going to save my script and go back to Unity. As you can see, if I select the player in the player movement script, you will see that there's now two new options called ground check and what is ground. So I'm going to select what is ground, and it's a drop down because it's Unity's default layer system, and I'm going to select ground. And I'm also going to drag and drop the ground check to the ground check position. Now let's go back to Visual Studio and get the logic behind it. So in the update method, what we can do is simply check with a boolean if the player is touching the ground. So in the update method, what we can do is check if the player is touching the ground. We are already checking if the player is pressing the space bar, and with that we can also check something like a boolean to check for if the player is touching the ground. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a private bool and call it on ground. So this boolean is going to keep track if the player is touching the ground. If the player is touching the ground, then this bool will be true, and if the player is not touching the ground, then this bool will be false. So how we are going to do that? After declaring the bool, what I'm going to do is in update type on ground or whatever you named your bool, and set it equal to physics 2D overlap circle. if you don't understand all of this right away, it's fine, just type after me, it's gonna make sense in the future. And I'm going to open and close parentheses, and in parentheses you can see Visual Studio is suggesting me that there are some things that can be in this parentheses, like for vector 2 point and a float radius. So what I'm going to do, I already have my point, it's gonna be the ground check object. So I'm going to type ground check dot, but it's right now it's a transform, so what we need is a point. So what I'm going to do is type ground check dot position and put a comma at the end, and then it's asking for a float radius. So let's make the radius a variable so that we can edit this variable in the inspector. So up here I'm going to type public float ground check radius, and I'm going to put that in the parentheses. And now I'm going to put a comma here. As you can see, that is suggesting me that I can also declare a layer mask. So that's what we are going to do. So I'm going to type what is ground, and in that line with a semicolon. So right now what it's going to do is at the ground checks position, it's gonna create a invisible circle, and the circle is going to keep checking if the circle is touching the ground layer, and if the circle is touching the ground layer, then the bool is going to be true, and if not, then the bool is going to be false. So right now it's like, I'm sure you have already guessed it. What I'm going to do next, I'm just going to type and this is the AND operator here. I'm just going to type and put on ground here. That's it. I don't need to type anything else. Just typing on ground here means if the bool is true, then this condition is met. If the bool is false, then the condition is not met. So I'm just going to select the player and give it a small radius like 0.2, and I'm just going to press play. And as you can see, I can jump while I'm on the ground, but I cannot jump when I'm on the air. I need to touch the ground to be able to jump. I just want to show you a quick thing here. In our next video, we're gonna make our camera follow our player. Right now, if I just extend the platform a little bit and hit play and maybe bump up the forward force, you will see that the player just goes off screen right now. So what we need to do is make a camera follow system. Right now, one thing we can do is, you have already seen it, what we did with ground check object. We can just drag and drop the main camera on our player, and it's gonna act as a child of our player. So it's always going to follow our player no matter what. So if I now if I just hit play and again bump up the forward space force, you can see right now our camera follows our player. But there are some issues with it that we are going to discuss in our next video, and also we are going to make this like following system through code, and that's better. There are some games that you just can't make the player camera a player of the child. You need a script or some other type of system to follow the player. So that's what we're going to do in our next video. So I hope to see you in our next video. Until then, have a great day.